6 reasons why INTJs and INFJs get along well. I made every effort to fit in with the friends who didn't get me before I realized I was an INFJ personality type. Being an outsider and having trouble finding your tribe are probably nothing new to INFJs or INTJs. The friendship between the INFJ and INTJ comes into play here. There is a special kind of chemistry that develops between INTJs and INFJs. Although the INTJ scientist and the INFJ counselor appear to be complete opposites, we feel that we are the yin to each other's yang because of the correct balance of our similarities and differences. Here are 6 reasons why INTJs and INFJs are attracted to one another, in case you're wondering how these two extremely different personality types may feel like 2 peas in a pod. The benefits of INFJ and INTJ friendship. 1. Conversations seem to flow naturally. The INTJ's straightforward communication style won't disturb INFJs, who normally appreciate polite communication. Why? Introverted intuition is a cognitive ability that makes the INFJ and INTJ feel as though they have similar thought processes. The 2 types can converse for hours on end when they get into deep, meaningful discussions about theories, experiences, and ideas. By paying attention to both what is said and what is not expressed, we are able to make connections. Misunderstandings between INFJs and INTJs and other individuals can be avoided by reading between the lines and seeing the full picture. INFJ-INTJ friendships are generally a secure environment in which to express your revelations and aha moments. 2. We respect the distinctions between us. In an INFJ-INTJ connection, what some other personality types find annoying about each other, we find admirable. Although INFJs are frequently mistakenly characterized as too sweet or even naive, an INTJ finds the INFJ's dreamy personality and emotional acuity fascinating. Although INTJs are sometimes erroneously described as aloof or dry, the INFJ admires the INTJ's level-headedness and sense of reason. Similarly, an INTJ who has likely put their own emotions on lockdown can benefit from an INFJ's deftness in handling other people's emotions and personal problems. On the other hand, an INFJ may be inspired to pursue their dreams by an INTJ's aptitude at coming up with workable solutions. Our friendship can be a pleasantly complementary blend of reason and empathy. 3. Our values are comparable. If you're an INFJ or INTJ, you're certainly familiar with the feeling of hearing advice to be less picky when it comes to dating. You won't settle for just anyone, though finding the ideal romantic partner is highly essential to you. Similar to this, you undoubtedly understand how it feels to be told that you need more friends when you're an introvert who is happy with a small group of close pals. Additionally, you undoubtedly understand what it's like to have someone criticize your private nature when you are aware that this is not who you are. You also understand what it's like to have someone try to talk you out of your ambitions and lofty dreams when you know you're capable of realizing them. The good news is that because we both strive for perfection in our lives, INTJs and INFJs encourage one another in all these areas. No matter if it's our profession, developing a new talent, or changing the world, it's crucial to us to give it our all. INFJs and INTJs won't prevent one another from achieving great things. 4. Both INTJs and INFJs have a strong desire to learn. The INTJ and INFJ can examine subjects that can't always be brought up during small discussion because both kinds demand intellectual stimulation. For instance, my INTJ acquaintance understands what I deal with in my line of work as a counselor despite having no academic training in psychology. Our discussions vary from topics like trauma and injustice to dealing with challenging circumstances at work. While some individuals would find our discussions to be excessively intense, an INFJ and INTJ can't get enough of going deep. INFJs enjoy posing questions to others, and INTJs enjoy imparting their knowledge, which frequently makes them the ideal discussion partners. 5. The truth matters to us both. There is a common belief that you only become angered by someone's remark when you are aware that it is accurate. I've also experienced the opposite, become irritated by untrue comments. INFJs and INTJs seek the right solution by acquiring information through inquiry and consideration of what accords with their intuition when they are trying to figure something out. INFJs and INTJs build their belief system and ideals as well as their fundamental identities with the help of what has been demonstrated to be true. They can then put this information to action by developing concepts that successfully affect others. INFJs, in contrast to INTJs, could be reluctant to speak their truth. I can still remember doing as an outgoing authority figure instructed me to do. Don't correct people. It has no appeal. Let everyone believe what they choose to believe. It was a relief to be able to be open and direct with INTJs when I became friends with them. An INTJ is dependable for being completely honest with you. 6. Both INTJs and INFJs have a sense of humor. INFJs may be reluctant to display their sarcastic side among people who could be easily offended, whereas many INTJs aren't afraid to express that they enjoy black humor. Dark humor may mimic the cynical and depressing moments INFJs and INTJs encounter in their rich inner world, since it is both introspective enough to have us consider the underlying message behind it, and introspective enough to make us laugh. The fact that dark and sarcastic humor may be both truthful and smart at the same time speaks to how much INFJs and INTJs value the truth. Quirky humor can serve as a gentle reminder to not take life too seriously, despite the quiet and contemplative demeanor of these two exceptional intuitives. If you mix an INFJ and an INTJ, you'll get clever banter. The INFJ and INTJ can develop a close bond and encourage one another to be their best selves in a society where extroverted senses are prevalent. If you're an outsider, you might discover that an INTJ-INFJ friendship is simple to grasp.